Howdy, my smoking buddies, my bongaroos. How you doing? It's Green Weaver, back for another episode of Alive Again 420. And no bong smoking today. Of course, I haven't touched bud for like close to 2 weeks now. And it's been about a week since I've even had an edible or anything else. No THC in my system now. I'm ready for a drug test. Of course, I don't consider marijuana a drug. It's a magical medicine, 100% all the way. That's all I gotta say. And you know what? That's only with about 2 years and 2 months of experience. That's right, I've only been consuming cannabis for about 26 months. I bought my first bong, and I bought it before September of 2018. But I didn't load it up, didn't start smoking marijuana till, do you remember, the 21st night of September? And I actually, I made that my official start date. Not that I'm a huge Earth, Wind & Fire fan, even though I kind of am. I love that band, but to me, I'm a Beatles fan, a Pink Floyd fan, a Jimi Hendrix fan, Rolling Stones, The Doors. 60s and early 70s rock and roll was the best, without a doubt. In the 70s, even though the Beatles, my favorite group of all time, by a billion miles, they were a 60s band, but to me, the 70s were the best decade, period, for pop and rock and all types of music. So much stuff blossomed in the 70s. So much musical amazement developed and grew and enhanced. And it wouldn't have happened without the Beatles. And of course, the Beatles wouldn't have happened without Chuck Berry or Buddy Holly or Little Richard or lots of those great grandfathers of rock and roll who I also adore. I love all music. It doesn't matter if it's rap or country. It doesn't matter if it's rock or soul. It doesn't matter if it's jazz or hip-hop. It doesn't matter if it's novelty or even spoken word. And can music be spoken word? I think in a way it can. In a way, that's a form of music. If you do it to a certain rhythm and you have the vibe, you can turn it into a soundscape that has a musical essence. I swear I'm not high. I swear I'm not. But this guy here is. Say hello. Hello. Yeah, that's all he's going to say. That's all I'm going to say. But you know what? I haven't eaten all day. And it's now past noon. I don't know the exact time. I could look up and tell you right now. No, it's 12:28 in the afternoon on a Friday, October 30th of the year 2020, with your friendly neighborhood part-time stoner, Mr. Green Weaver, checking in for another edition, another episode of Alive Again 420. Again, I've only been smoking pot for about 24 months. Well, actually, I take that back. That 24 months adds up to 2 years. It's been 26 months. What I'm going to do now, though, is have some breakfast. What do I want to have? I think I want some cereal. Oh, I got some cereal right here. Look at that. Haven't opened it yet. This is organic. It's non-GMO. When I say organic, it's certified USDA organic. And the use of GMOs are 100% prohibited in truly organic products. So they still write non-GMO, just for people that don't understand. That if it says this, it automatically also means this. Once again, if it says this, if it shows this, then it automatically also means this. But they still put both there. And why not? There's room on the box, and it looks cool. And it makes me feel good to know that, I'm eating healthier these days. And really, cereal is not necessarily a healthy thing to eat. But in my current situation, I got evicted about 2.5 weeks ago. I don't even know the exact date. I don't want to know the exact date. I'm going to share all my story, all my details eventually on my website, aliveagain420.com. If you ever head to my website, you're going to find a couple ways to enter. A pot cave, a door to nowhere. Eventually there'll be a pot portal and a dank dimension selector, and maybe other ways to enter. But for now, when I launch my website, it'll only be the pot cave and the door to nowhere. The door to nowhere, of course, Actually does, it goes somewhere, but the somewhere it goes to is nowhere. And I don't want to explain that in any more detail, because that's not going to officially turn into something probably for many more months, you know. But what will be active if you go to aliveagain420.com is the pot cave. Into the pot cave, you'll find 3 doorways. A doorway to a good dimension, a doorway to a bad dimension, but most importantly, and hopefully the only story that will ever be in there will be my story, Decade of Destruction, but that will be in the ugly dimension. Click on the ugly dimension doorway, enter, find my story, Decade of Destruction, read it, you know, and I'll make the first page I'll try to make the first page like a 1 or 2 minute summary of all the horrible things that have occurred to me over the last 15 years, all because I decided to purchase a manufactured home in a really nice North County neighborhood in inland San Diego. I've been there for 15 years, and if they had treated me properly, the experience would have been amazing, and my life would have been amazing for the last 15 years. But they did several terrible, terrible things to me that made that dream impossible for me to continue pursuing or chasing, or, you know, and they really turned my life, which had been an A+ quality life for 99% of my life. And at the worst, I had a couple A- years. In a 35-year period, I had like maybe 2 years which fell to an A-. The year my mom passed away, because that was really, I love my mom. Still, I love my entire family. But my mom and dad were great parents and raised me well, at least I think so. And that's why I never smoked pot in high school or college or during my, you know, long career as a DJ and radio. You know, top 40 radio, rock radio, Sacramento, California. I worked for Quad 106 for about 4 years. I worked for 97 Croy for more than a year and a half. And these were like the '1 stations, or close to the '1 stations, when I was working for them, you know, back in the mid 80s through early 90s. And then I switched to becoming more of a mobile disc jockey, because there's way more money in that, way more money, and you get to hang out with people. And back in those days, no worries about COVID-19. Man, we live in some crazy times now. 2020, going down in history for sure, is the most insane, crappiest year ever, probably for most people, especially people that have been directly impacted, maybe by losing a loved one, thanks to COVID-19. You know, it's like, you know, you can put so much of the blame, you know, on the administration for just, and they'll never admit it, and they keep denying it. But I remember with my own brain, and even talking about it with my, you know, with my good friend Alex and stuff, the day we'd hear it, it's like saying, oh, COVID-19's nothing, it'll go away in a week. You know, it's not going to be a big deal. You know, when it gets hot, when the weather gets warm, you know, it'll be wiped out. It's like just the craziest shit was said by this person. I'm not going to say any names because I'm not here to be political. I'm here to be hypothetical. I'm here to enjoy some peanut butter puffs. Is that what these are called? Peanut butter poppers. Multi-grain cereal made with organic peanut butter coating. Okay. Interesting. They're pretty good, actually. It's weird that I'm sharing my entire life practically on my YouTube channel known as Alive Again 420. I have archived over 1,000 videos over the last 1 year in my quest to understand how cannabis is the magical medicine that it truly is, and also to try to figure out how to fix my broken life. My broken life, once again, destroyed by the manufactured home park that decided that I wasn't worth anything. And they decided just to destroy my life and my family's life. But luckily, they made a couple big mistakes. On more than a dozen issues, the 3 biggest ones, the ones where I could actually sue them for, you know, like a lot of money, I have proof that they committed these violations against me. They keep denying it, but I've got the proof. And I'm going to put a little banana in my peanut butter. This banana's had it. This is at least 5 days past when I would normally eat it. But because I'm putting it in my cereal, and it's going to be a peanut butter banana mix, I don't think I'm going to mind the fact that this is kind of a mushy banana. I would not be able to eat this unless I were starving, or unless I'm doing it this way. Because I like my bananas, like 20% green, 10 to 20% green. I like the green, whatever this part of the banana, this line, that frames the banana peel. I like that to have a little green in there and the rest to be nice and bright yellow, and always organic. Okay, I'll put some banana in there. Oh, by the way, almond breeze. I normally enjoy Trader Joe's and Sprouts and Costco. They have a lot of great, larger, more affordable brands, and that are in the refrigerated section. This was not in the refrigerated section. It was all that was available to me, in the neighborhood that I have access to, because I also lost my car over the last 6 months. Got repossessed, and 100% related to the manufactured home park and the destruction that they've put on my life over the last 15 years, but especially accumulating. The last 6 years have been ruined for me. The last decade has been ruined. That's why I call my story Decade of Destruction. 12 years of demise, 15 years of misery. It's a true story. It's available to be read if you want on my website, aliveagain420.com. And now, some peanut butter and banana together. The peanut butter poppers and this mushy old banana, which is not spoiled yet. But it's still, it's got the taste of just a little too strong. Like another day or two, it would be spoiled. So just in time. Probably by tomorrow, I wouldn't have been able to eat this banana even in cereal. And I hate wasting anything. We live in a world that's way too wasteful, especially a country that's normally way too wasteful. Because we think everything's easy to get, and that's the illusion that we've been fed for most of our lives. Granted, things are so much easier now, for most people than they were 100 years ago, or especially 200 years ago. Instant everything is available. Welcome to the world of instant everything. Put a burrito in the microwave and start to sing. And even before your song is done, your burrito is nice and warm. Talking about putting stuff in a microwave, not good. I use microwaves when I have to, but I prefer cooking on a gas grill. Which when I'm at home, which I hope to get my home back soon, but I pretty much stick to cooking my food, like I said, on my stovetop using gas. It's more affordable than electricity, plus I don't have solar on my home. Now, if I had solar, it'd be so cool to have a really nice top-of-the-line electric oven and an electric stove top. Because even 10 years ago, I was looking at them and they looked so cool. But it would have cost like a lot of money to get 220-volt line installed in my kitchen. And I knew that gas was cheaper and easier to cook with for most people. And I don't know how to cook well. I'm new at it, to be honest. You know what? I don't know why this thing's around my neck. He was sad. I wasn't paying attention to this guy here. This friendly little freak. This lazy little lemur. This ringtail, ganja smoking gangsta. Except he doesn't know how to use a bong properly. He's old school. He likes just rolling it up in a joint. I can't handle joints or blunts. It's got to be like top of the line, as top of the line as I can get on a nice glass bong. Always kept clean with 420 Science's amazing products such as smoke soap, but especially Res Block, which I highly recommend you look into. 420science.com. They are not official sponsors. They're not even sponsors. I'm hoping that someday they might be. I'm hoping I can turn Alive Again 420 into a channel that people will actually want to, look forward to checking out. Well, I wonder what Green's up to today. Tune into Alive Again 420. Check out my news video. When I get my life fixed, you're going to see a different person. A person. Maybe I might even get rid of my beard completely. This is the first beard I've ever had in my life, but it's now about 26 months old because I started growing this at the same exact time I started smoking pot, just as a transition into a more stony world, a more hippie-oriented world. Because you know what? I have a great friend by the name of Alex, and the two of us, man, we've known each other since, I think we met in 78, and we've been friends since 79, and we've been best friends since 80. And, I mean, we went to the same high school. Then we just continued hanging out on a regular basis throughout most of our lives, from American River Junior College to CSUS to even Quad 106. And then I went to 97 Croix. He stayed at Quad and turned it into the amazing alternative rock and roll station that helped change the face of music in America for several years. The mid-90s, man, some great alternative rock. Some people call it grunge. And there were some grungy sounding songs, and some of those were amazing, but, it goes way, way deeper than just grunge. And that's what made Quad 106 so special. It didn't stick to one or two sounds. The soundscape had 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, maybe even a dozen layers, all related to rock to a certain degree, but not necessarily rock and roll. Like, this is rock, man. This is only rock. It was alternative in a true sense. But my friend Alex and I, even after college, and even after working at Quad 106 together, he stayed there, then I went to 97 Croix, which he ended up at like about a year after I left Croix. He ended up there for a short while, because that's kind of how radio works. Crazy business. And anyone that's worked in radio knows exactly what I'm talking about. It's like you could be the best, practically, unless you're on the level of someone like a Howard Stern or something, but you're gonna get bounced around and asked to maybe even change your name, or okay, you've been working top 40 for the last 2 years. Well, our company now wants you to do country. That happens. And what if you don't like country? Well, and you need a job. Well, you're forced to do it, whether you like it or not, or you can go somewhere else. But in the radio business, that's always been difficult. That's unfortunate. That they made things more difficult than it had to be, and it was for the wrong reasons. But at least radio had soul back in the 70s and 80s, and even parts of the 90s. The radio of the last 20 years, along with the music of the last 20 years, gone way downhill. I mean, way, 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 way downhill. And anyone that's worked in radio, long enough, and is, in their, 40s, 50s, 60s, or older, that has at least 20 years of experience, and that witnessed the transformation or the transition from cool radio into mediocre radio, into crap radio, into radio that's so bad that people don't even listen to it anymore. And why would they, man? There's so many other alternatives in the first place. And if you're stuck in your car, that's when people listen to the radio. But give it another couple of years, and soon the internet will be everywhere. And that brings me back to instant everything. If I want to hear any song in the world right now, practically, I'll be able to hear it instantly. As a matter of fact, let's name a song together. What song would you like to hear? You know what? I'm not gonna. Actually, I do want to hear a song. What do I feel like listening to? You know what? Here's a goofy ass song. I don't know why this popped into my mind. But it did. And I haven't heard this song, I guarantee I haven't heard this song for more than a decade. Not a single time in the last decade. Phil Collins. It was only a small part of Genesis. I don't want to name all the members because I'm not here to do that. I'm here to enjoy my cereal and my bananas as we rock out to Abacab. On a live, again, 420. That's what I'm saying, baby. I need a haircut badly. I need a beard trim badly. I need to crank up some Genesis badly. But I'm not going to because I don't want to drown myself out. Thank you for amazing bands like this, for making such amazing music back during an era. That's hard to say. Back during an era when music was good enough to matter. And thank God it did. Because that made life amazing, even more amazing. Okay, I'm done with this banana. It wasn't easy. It wasn't easy for me, but that's why I'm trying to cut it into the smallest piece as possible and trying to add as much cereal as possible. just to drown out the banana-ness. The banana-ness of this. The banana-ness of this is too much for me. Oh yeah. Sweet. Well, I'm glad I had a little cereal and banana and almond beverage to put a little nutrition in my body because I need it. All right, I'm done. Yay. Gotta go put this back in the fridge. And that's going to wrap up this episode of Alive Again 420. Thank you for hanging out with me. By the way, remember, Decade of Destruction is available to be read on my website, aliveagain420.com. And a thumbs up, always appreciated. I'm on YouTube. I'm going to hopefully be on the YouTube and TikTok and other platforms as well in the near future. Because I want to be everywhere. Don't we all want to be everywhere? I've been everywhere, boy. I've been everywhere. You've been everywhere too. What the hell does that mean? Nothing. That's it for this episode. Wow, it's almost half an hour in length. It seemed like 10 minutes, man. And I'm not even, again, it's been a week since I've had any THC in my system. So the next time I get high, man, something tells me, at least if I'm in a good frame of mind, which that's the scary thing. But it's going to be hopefully an amazing high. And I might go a couple more days without any THC, even though I think tomorrow I want to enjoy some of my edibles. I've got some really nice edibles that I've had for the last 2 weeks, just waiting. And I was enjoying them last week, but like I said, it's been about a week since I've had any. And I think I'm getting really close to wanting to indulge again. And that's hopefully will make for some great content here on my channel. You know what? You get to hear my channel name one more time as I wrap it up. This has been Greenweaver on Alive Again 420. Sending you peace, love, happiness, and happiness. Stay high, stay cool, Stay kind, stay woke. Black Lives Matter, baby. That ain't no joke. Become an anti-racist. This little guy here, he's an anti-racist. Because you know what? He's a little black. He's a little white. He's a little wrong. He's a little right. But the one thing he's never wrong about is understanding that all people deserve a fair chance. All people deserve equal rights. It doesn't matter how dark or how light they are, how short or how tall they are, how thin or how fat they are, how straight or how gay or in the middle they are. None of this matters. People are people. Depeche Mode would say, Greenweaver is going to say bye-bye for now and everything's A-okay. I'll see you next time.